What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It is so cold outside today. It's like negative 15 out. I'm so glad I'm working inside. I couldn't imagine working outside right now. Anyways, we're going to keep plugging away at the rental. Today what we're going to do is we're going to get all the kitchen cabinets in. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to have some tips and tricks along the way. I've got a cool little neat tool that I use to give you a really professional installation when you're installing cabinets. So I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, so here's where the cabinets are going to go in. We're going to have a 12-inch cabinet, 36-inch kitchen base, 36-inch base, 12-inch cabinet. Now, you can see the drain for the sink is running on the outside. And these are coming up, not out through the side of the wall like you normally see. So I'm going to have to get creative. I don't really have a plan. I'm just going to kind of wing it and see what I can do to try to cut the cabinets to drop in and fit where this is. So these are the cabinets I got. They're from Menards. They're white and they're pre-finished, so I need to be careful. I'm only going to get one shot to cut this the right way, so I got to really make sure that I get this right. You can see the plumber prop those up, the drain pipe with some drywall. I'm going to slide a piece of cedar under there and glue that to the floor so that's more permanent, and then we'll get going and start installing. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of cedar, some subfloor glue, glue it down. I'll put one there and one there. Alright, so I got the first cabinet sitting here, and as you can see, here's what I was talking about. So we got that in there, and we've got this on this side. I gotta get this over some more because I'm not gonna have enough room to put the other two in here. I need another 36 and another 12. So I'm trying to devise my plan. I think my only option is to cut a U-shaped in this part, and I probably am going to have to drill a hole on this cabinet and the next one so we can access that shutoff, because this one still has to get moved over by like a ½ inch. It's so close. I knew it would be close, but I got to get it over, otherwise this cabinet won't fit. Okay, I got that all fitted in. Little side note though, this valve right here was a compression valve that they just put on there. My plumber, well, it was just free spinning, started leaking, so I had to call him. He came fix that. Okay, everybody only wants to show you the good on social media, not the bad. So my plumber was here. This had started a hairline crack here somehow. It started leaking, so I called him. He replaced all this for free, but this valve is code. It was coming straight out, and obviously where I did the hole. Well, this morning rolls around, and he's like, oh, I could have just put the valve coming straight out for you so you didn't have to cut it. I'm just like, so I didn't think about it. Maybe if I had a little more time, I would have thought about it. I'm not a plumber. It didn't cross my mind. I just figured, well, the valve's got to be on there. So I had already cut all this and then seen that crack and then came back after the fact. But I just want to show you guys. Everybody only shows you the good, not the bad. Well, here's the bad. Thank goodness it's my rental house. It's not a customer's. If it was a customer's from my handyman business, I would have to pull this all out and redo it, and that's exactly what I would do. But I was able to scab this piece back in. Thank goodness I saved it. And I glued it, and it could be better, but for what it is, it's pretty good. So I'm happy with that now. And then on the other side, I had to put that little patch in there. Alright, here's how far I've gotten. I've got the first one in. And there you can see my cuts there. So not too bad, but the only problem is I had to cut this so far back in order to get this up against the wall that I've got that big hole there. So what I'm going to do is the piece that I cut out, I'm going to measure it from that pipe to the end and put it back in there, and then put a little piece of wood and attach it from up underneath so that big hole's not there, so nothing falls in between there. So the backing to that though, I had to peel that off in order to cut all this. So what I'm going to do is pull the cabinet back out and put a 5 1/4 cedar underneath there, and then screw it from the top this way it's nice and strong, because right now there's nothing supporting this corner, so it's kind of floppy. Okay, as you can see, I took the backing off this. I had to in order to cut these. And like I mentioned, I put a brace here because I had to cut that hole there so long. But now this is nice and sturdy here once we set the cabinet back down on the floor, as opposed to just this corner flopping around. Okay, so I got everything in. The thing too, this company contacted me through my email address. Here's the company's name. I've never heard of them on Amazon. And they asked me if I wanted to try one of their laser levels, and I said, yeah, this project will work perfect for it. So the mount won't work for me though, so I kind of got this rigged up so I get a nice straight line. But this thing is 110 milliwatts. Most lasers are 30. Comes with a 5-year warranty. It's pretty heavy duty. It comes with a nice case. Comes with the charger. It's rechargeable. It's just, I don't have no complaints over it. It seems really heavy duty. We'll see how it goes. But I've been using it for this, and it seems, you know, to work really well for being a brand I never heard of. But there's the line. We're about 8 feet away, you know, and if you got to come up onto another wall, this comes way over here, as you can see there. So, you know, I've got no complaints so far. I'll put a link down in the description with all the social media and a link to purchase it if you want to try it out. I think it's $279, but, you know, they asked me to try it out, and it's worked out great. So now we're going to get this line nice and tight so we can put a screw in there, and these are what we're going to use. So there's 2 ways to tighten them. It'll keep it nice and flat this way, and then bring it together this way. But the coolest thing about this is, if you see that right there, that'll make it so your drill bit stays nice and straight when you're drilling into here and into here to attach the screw. You flip this up, and there you go. Put your screw in there, and then you can take the clamp off to make sure it stays nice and tight the whole time. Okay, I got it somewhat adjusted, but I want to show you guys. So here's, see this gap here? Watch this. Look at that. Nice and tight. Okay? So nice and tight here and flat. That's what this one does. It gets it nice and tight here. This part, when you screw this part in, gets it nice and flat here. These are made by Bessie, and I can't recommend these enough. And there you guys go. Nice and tight. Nice and flat. There's the screw hole there. And we're all set. I also took this little bit here to countersink that just ever so slightly. So, and there we go. Little tiny gap there. No big deal because it's a rental house. But everything else looks pretty darn good. There's that one there. And this one there. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll put all the doors back on, do some final adjustments. Okay, there's 3 screws here so that you can micro adjust these cabinet doors. All right, this first one, that went into the cabinet. What that does is move the cabinet door up and down so it's even here. The second screw here moves the cabinet door this way, in and out. So when this door is shut, it should be flush with this one, and that's pretty close, but we'll adjust that a little bit. And then the third screw right here adjusts the door this way, so you can get a nice straight line up and down. It's a little wider here, a little skinnier down there, so we'll adjust it. All right, so there we go. It's adjusted, nice and even. Now let's move on down the line and do each one of them. Now I got the toe kick all cut, and now we'll get that put on. So the point of the toe kick, obviously you can tell, gives it a nice finished look on the bottom of the cabinet. Alright, we're all set. Cabinets are all in. I could put a little filler strip there. Countertop will go all the way to the edge. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet or not. Haven't decided, but got them all in. Doors are all adjusted. Guy will come tomorrow for the countertops, and as you can see, there you go. So I'm happy with that, considering I had to put that concrete pad under there, and we're looking good. We'll get some knobs put on there too. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here, so don't forget, give me those thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, share these videos, drop a comment in the comment section below, and we're one step closer to the end.